Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon. I'm here with Gerard Caruso. We are in Hackensack, New Jersey at his Salon G. Gerard is the creative director of Z.One Concepts, and he does everything. He does color, cut, the whole shebang. And we were talking about there are so many different and interesting ways to texturize the hair, and Gerard is going to break it down for you, the three different tools he uses and ways he uses to get great texture. So take it away, Gerard.
Awesome. You know how we all work behind in our salons and behind the scenes and trying to create things and trying to want to create different textures. And there's so many different ways to create textures. You could chip a notch, you could use a razor, you could use a texturizing blade. But when and why would you use either or? Well, whenever you want to create disconnection and texture and you want to actually like remove a chunk of hair so that the hairs do not join back together right away, that would be my ideal to go in with a texturizing blade. So this is an 8-tooth texturizing blade. It is the best way to actually remove the weight out of the hair, create chunkiness. So I'm going to show you on a haircut that I previously did on this mannequin, show you throughout the back. It was a great way to create disconnection. Okay, so let's go right in here and show you how you kind of blend that in. So by taking the hair and holding it up, you know, the texture that you see in here, that separation doesn't allow these hairs to join back together right away. So to go in there and work with an 8-tooth blade that is actually going to go in there and remove that texture, it allows you to create all this separation and disconnection, but yet allow the hair to blend back down. So if you looked for support or hold, you can get that.
Let's do that one more time and move it so that we can get a better camera angle on it.
Sure.
Can you do it this? I know it might be a little awkward, so do it again.
There we go. So let's take this section. I'll show you how we work down through the back so you can see that all that texture was there. I left some weight on the top portion of that. All right, hold that hair up. So actually watch when you work with an 8-tooth blade, actually watch the hair pull right out. Now you create that separation in there. And this allows for extreme movement into the hair so that if you really wanted that to disappear and lay down flat, you can. But if you wanted to accentuate the texture and the body of the hair, you can build that up. So I think that's really, really cool when you're thinking about that. Something a little bit more chunky, a little bit more aggressive. If you wanted to do the conventional way, not all of us carry 10 pairs of shears or blades. I'm working with a Shear Police straight blade. It's part of their Fit series. Great blade to work with. Just get that here. We can just go in on a side and chip a notch. So that creates a texture as well. As you can see, not as aggressive as a straight blade, as a texturizing blade, but still beneficial to give you separation and softness. And again, create that soft smoothness to the hair. But here's another one of my favorites. So I always refer to my Hattori Hanzo razor, feather razor. So whenever I want to create that softness, and especially when you do side bangs, great way to go in there and create that side sweep, because we all know that short is going to help to support or push long. So because of the feather razor, I can stick my finger right on top of that. I'm not going to cut myself. I'm not worried about it. And I can actually go into the hair and hold that out so that when you remove that hair, you see how that short hair just helps to push the hair? You get that softness. All right, you still get separation, but most importantly, you are blending the hair and allowing it. So just working that blade all the way down, not removing the length, but giving that support that you need. So it's at the bottom line, it's your choice. It's your decision. Decide what type of texture you want. Decide how you want to approach it. And most importantly, decide where's the best placement for that. So
Right. It's not over yet. When do you choose to use classic thinning shears?
a classic thinning shear is when you want something a little bit more softer, a little bit more wispier. Think about that as an eraser. I think I have one right over here. Here we go. All right. So you have your choice. Again, we can work with 34 teeth, 27 teeth, 35 teeth. A little bit more softer. It allows you to go in there, especially if you're doing a scissor over comb technique on your male clientele, that you're not buzzing or doing the clipper. It creates a much more softer feel to the hair. totally blends the hair down in. Let me see if I can get that better for the camera. All right. The wonderfulness about a mannequin, they could tilt their head without complaining. So that you are actually just wisping the hair, creating a much more softer feel. So whether you're looking for a chunkier feel to the hair or a much more wispier effect to the hair will determine on what texturizing blades you use. And they come in many sizes, Maggie. They come in 35 teeth, 34 teeth, 27 teeth, 8 teeth, 12 teeth, whatever you choose. Just pick the right texturizing blade for the right texture.
Yeah, you keep wrapping up, and I still have more questions.
All right,
All right. So what are the biggest mistakes people make? For example, do they not sharpen their shears enough or their blade enough? What advice would you have there?
The biggest mistake people make is I feel that they don't open the blade. So here's the bottom line. It is a bricklayering technique back and forth. So when you cut it, you open the blade to slide the hair back out. The other thing and why it's important to bricklayer it, I'll show you better this way. All right, if I were to take this strand of hair, okay, I created disconnection with this haircut, correct? If I were to go in there and open and close the blade constantly, you start to create a solid line. So in order to create the softness, you must move the blade back and forth whenever working with a texturizing blade. If you're working with a straight blade, you want to make sure that when you go in there, let's pull that straight blade out. You want to make sure that you go in there on a slide. So you're actually going in there on a diagonal, and you're actually sliding that blade in and out. You're not going in too far, and you're not creating that solid line again. So I think that the biggest mistake we whenever working with texturizing blades is we don't really allow ourselves to just gracefully go into the hair and work it out to the ends. And it doesn't matter, everybody, if your hair is thick, curly, fine. Every type of hair needs texture. It's just the approach on texturizing hair.
Okay, so I am going to let you go. I just want to point out how cool this is. We are in Gerard's salon in Hackensack, New Jersey, Salon G, and you have all these mannequin heads because you're constantly practicing between clients. You are practicing hair color and cut, and this is advice you would have for everybody, right?
Without a doubt. I think that it's most important for us to keep up in our profession, in our career. So for me personally, studying is a big part, and we study every day in between clients, out of clients. If we're free during the week, we come in and to work on a mannequin, it allows you to be more creative. We're in a creative field, so pick up a mannequin, cut away, texturize away, color away, whatever you want to do. But I think it's a must for all stylists across the world.
I think that's so cool. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Gerard Caruso, Salon G, and the creative director of Z.One Concept. Thanks.